Live from 10 News, this is the Now San Diego.
An 8-year-old in court today facing the woman accused of trying to kidnap her and her brother. Good afternoon, I'm Kimberly Hunt. Police say that woman stole a car with 2 children inside and drove it to the border back in April. 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz is live now. And Jen, that is one brave little girl.
Yeah, Kimberly, it was at this beauty supply store where that woman hopped into somebody else's car with their 2 young children in the back. They were terrified as the car headed towards Mexico. Fortunately, it didn't make it there. But today that woman was in court facing the little girl to hear her side of the story.
The lady came in the car, saw it running, and she saw kids in it. Then she just got in it and drove away.
But she ran the light.
Oh, that judge didn't want the 8-year-old's face shown in court today, but we interviewed the family when the attempted kidnapping happened back in April. Rodney Cole left her and her 3-year-old brother in the backseat of his gold car while he went into a Lincoln Park store back in April. He says he left the air on so the kids could stay cool, but the doors were unlocked. That's when police say 26-year-old Leslie Sines got in and took off. She testified in court today, that little girl did, saying the woman ran a red light and headed for the freeway. Her and her brother were terrified in the back seat.
I started seeing signs that say Mexico border. I started banging on the windows, and she said, "Stop it now before I drive into the freeway wall."
Now, that little girl did call 911. She said she threatened to crash the car. The driver did. Once again, agents at the border were tipped off about the stolen car and stopped them before it was too late. The woman was taken into custody where 2 knives were discovered in her bag. She pleaded not guilty to kidnapping and child abduction charges. She's still behind bars on no bail. Now, fortunately, both of those kids are doing okay. They weren't hurt at all. That woman is due back in court in August. Reporting live, Jennifer De La Cruz, 10 News.
A terrifying story told by such a strong little girl. And take a good look at this guy. Police say this is the man who drove through several barricades at the Pride Festival over the weekend. Police say Matthew Haney drove a Honda Odyssey toward a traffic controller near Balboa Park. He then hit a parked car with a pregnant woman inside and led police on a chase into La Mesa. Officers say that's where Haney ditched his car and ran away. Crime Stoppers is offering a reward for information leading to his arrest.
We have a lot to catch you up on this afternoon here on The Now, and one city's making a pretty bold move. It's telling restaurants to remove sugary drinks from kids' menus. Now, other places, they've already done this, so we're going to tell you how customers are reacting. And this certainly getting a lot of buzz today. The plan to train dogs to stop school shooters. Is it a good idea, or is this too dangerous for the dogs? Also, a college football coach stirring up some controversy, questioning if football-related injuries are actually connected to CTE. Yeah, that's the brain disease linked to memory loss, depression, even suicide. And here's a question for you. Does milk have to come from a cow? Yeah, it's kind of a silly question, but the government is actually debating that right now. It raises the question, what else would you call soy milk, almond milk? Well, we're going to be talking about that and much more this afternoon here on The Now.
Thank you, Chris. We look forward to that. Meantime, thousands of costumes and capes are filling San Diego streets. It's day 1 of Comic-Con. And with so much commotion and the high-priced tickets inside the convention center, we know that many people head downtown for all the free events that go along with it. 10 News anchor Brian Schlonsky is joining us now from the Gas Lamp with a look at some of those events that we don't need credentials for. Just get in on the fun, Brian.
Yeah, Kimberly, we know things get wild down there at the actual convention center, but here, blocks away in the Gas Lamp, it's pretty crazy here as well. We talked to a lot of people out here today who say they come out here just for those free events. Some people say the lines are better here. Other people say that it's just too tough to get a credential these days. And still others tell me out here, it's just more authentic.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to do outside even at Comic-Con.
The convention center is great and all, but some fans say
The free events.
forget the pass.
I'm more interested in the Gas Lamp District more than just the convention.
Off-site, dozens of free experiences you won't find anywhere else.
We have in the past, we did a Nintendo one. We got to play test Nintendo.
Even if it means lines like this one at one of Conan's pop-ups.
There are many events that you can do without a badge.
Walking around,
Entertainment Weekly, free Comic-Con edition.
a marvel in its own right.
Really just coming downtown and seeing everybody, seeing the costumes, seeing the experience, it's really cool.
Petco Park has several free events like Marvel's Cloak and Dagger, the Impractical Joker's Block Party, and how about the Purge?
Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the Purge.
Some fans say they come to the free events because it's tough to get credentials.
Just dumped into an online waiting pool and it's just kind of hard.
Others say it's exciting to find smaller setups that they wouldn't normally come across. We found one ourselves.
Our movie actually has a theme of homelessness. My character, the lead character, is a homeless character.
Actors for the Unsung, a movie about a homeless Batman-like character, offering a free event tomorrow night at the Art Center to promote the new film.
We're doing a free screening here in San Diego, right near Comic-Con.
So with Comic-Con expanding way out past the convention center, we wanted to know, is this event outgrowing San Diego? We will look at that coming up tonight at 6, as well as some of the new safety procedures just put into place for this year's event. For now, reporting live downtown, Brian Shlonsky, 10 News.
So many characters, so much people watching. Thank you, Brian. And we have your complete guide to Comic-Con right here on 10news.com. It's on our homepage. You can find a list of places to park, a schedule of the panels, and the best places to people watch.
The Federal Trade Commission is teaming up with agencies from every state to make sure charities that claim they're taking donations for veterans really are. Well, today they announced they filed suit against 2 businesses. The FTC saying Help the Vets collected more than $20 million, and it claimed that it would help veterans who were fighting cancer and with suicide prevention. In reality, 95% of that money went to paying the founder, fundraisers, and to expenses. Now, the second case is against Veterans of America. It made illegal robocalls asking for donations for cars, boats, real estate that was supposed to benefit veterans. Well, the owner allegedly used that money on himself and to pay for more robocalls. Well, the government's taking action today to get us better trained for the changing job market. Now, this is for people late in their careers, people who may need to be retrained on some things. Now, the government's starting a campaign to highlight the need for workers in skilled trades, technology, and manufacturing. It's also working on a national strategy for training and retraining workers. Now, the other part of this is getting companies to expand apprenticeships and increase on-the-job training. Now, security and aerospace company Lockheed Martin is one of the companies announcing that it's doing this today. Yeah, the CEO says they'll be creating 8,000 apprenticeship and workforce development opportunities over the next 5 years. All right, let's get to the Now Newsfeed. These are important stories that we tell you in a short amount of time. At least 3 people hurt in an explosion at a Pennsylvania Army depot this morning. Now, authorities, they don't think it's terrorism, but did happen at a paint shop and isn't impacting any other base activity. An Olympian figure skater dead in a knife attack in Kazakhstan. Dennis Ten, he's from there. He was just 25 years old, won bronze at the Sochi Games back in 2014. Well, the government has summoned at least 70 children under the age of 1 to court. Again, under the age of 1. Yeah, it's for their own deportation proceedings. This is according to Kaiser Health News. Doctors say this is all happening as these children, they're at a key developmental age where they need bonding with a parent. Today, President Trump saying that he wants a second meeting with Vladimir Putin. Yeah, he says it'll let them start implementing ideas that they talked about at the Helsinki summit. Now, he tweeted a list of those topics that include nuclear proliferation, cyber attacks, trade, North Korea, stopping terrorism, and security for Israel. And the president also today pushing back on criticism of that first meeting, saying that the summit was a great success, except with the, quote, fake news media. Well, remember, Democrats and Republicans have both been critical of his performance in that meeting. Well, Time Magazine certainly making its feelings known with this cover right here. Take a look. This came out today, and you can see Vladimir Putin, President Trump, they just kind of morph into the same person. Well, the artist behind it says it's meant to represent this particular moment in U.S. foreign policy. All right, let's get back to our lineup here. And next we're talking about the big city that's banning restaurants from putting sugary drinks on kids' menus. Yeah, we're checking out one restaurant that already does this, finding out how customers are reacting to it. You're watching The Now.